Gratcast 147. Here we go, dear.
Here we go.
We're getting smooth with these things.
A little bit off, not so smooth as we wanted to be.
Ooh, Wyatt checking in early. Just came from Medicare's stream. Perfect timing. Love you guys. Way to come right in.
Hello, welcome. Hi, Mike. Hi, Emily.
You'll have to update us, Wyatt. I thought Medicare got suspended today. That's the rumor going through the D Live train. Is he got suspended? So jumping right in here on the show, we had a record number of viewers last week for our episode on what the hell happened in Lansing. We still don't know, but I do know.
Any updates on that?
No, not since she told me that it happened again the following night. Haven't heard much more on it. We did hit over 1,000 views on Facebook alone of the episode. Ashley did an insane job sharing and passing the show out everywhere.
Thank you, Ashley.
So for any of our carryover audience and viewers from last week, I'm going to give a little preface of the show, what we're doing here, what Gratcast is. So Gratcast is the podcast and the accompanying show of the Gratwick brand. And it kind of follows our efforts and trials and tribulations to literally take on Hollywood and create a new model that is totally transparent, takes advantage of emerging technologies, and creates a automated infrastructure that's owned and operated by the artists and the audience. And it only exists to just serve the needs of the artist. Not to prey on them, not to be the cash cow, not to be the controlling arm of all the points of access, but to just serve as the infrastructure for the artists. So, anything to add on that dear?
No, but I think we will be talking a little bit more about that in the Gratwick section, won't we? Yeah, you're giving away all the eggs before we get to the basket.
Well, yeah, and just
empty basket.
Just putting it out there on what Gratcast is, why we exist, and why we started doing the show. So, first thing I want to dive into this week is the Google Whistleblower.
Google Whistleblower. So, I saw an article that said it's not what everyone's been saying for the past week. That it's now coming out to be a little bit different than everyone thought.
Well, I don't know if the Google Whistleblower is telling the truth or not, but I certainly know that the way Google responded to the situation is certainly the acts of a person that is desperate to silence another person.
So how about we just assume some people haven't been paying attention to that little portion of the world and tell everyone what happened.
So this guy, I don't know if he quit or he got fired or whatever the case was, but he was sitting on a laptop full of a whole bunch of information about Google. And he had started talking to attorneys and he was going to be a whistleblower, this, that, and the other thing. And Google decided to call the police, say that this guy was not only suicidal, but he was also homicidal, and that they were afraid that he was going to hurt lots and lots of people. So the police, he basically got swatted by Google. The police had a huge armed response, complete with snipers on the roof and everything, and surrounding this guy's house and basically raided him because they were told that he was going to hurt and harm people. That
he was a disgruntled employee.
Yeah, my guess is Google was hoping that he was going to get shot before the dust hit the fan and the cops were going to silence him for him.
Does he still work there? Did he work there?
Yeah, the guy definitely did work for Google. So Wyatt gave us an update on Mr. Medicare. He apparently did get banned either for talking about some kind of sexual harassment or talking about Hong Kong. Either one doesn't seem like a real shady topic to be getting banned for. Got unbanned and was told to go to the D Live admins. He said no, he probably won't be going back. So D Live was supposed to be the escape for everybody from this kind of crap, and now I'm hearing from a couple different sources that D Live is like the most trigger happy one of all of them to censor people because they're the new guy and they got to try and keep everybody happy. Seems to be completely the opposite of what they promoted themselves as and why they exist on the blockchain network, but that's just me.
Maybe they got more popular than they were ready for. I mean, there are procedures that other companies have created after a long period of time, and these guys might just be over-censoring everything because they don't want to get in any trouble.
Yeah, but don't present yourself as like you exist because you're the alternative to the censorship that's going on all those other platforms. If you're going to be just as ban happy, if not more so.
Well, maybe the creators or the gamers or everyone who does podcasts and uses such platforms need to come together and make their own platform so they don't have anyone else telling them what they can do.
Very true.
Kind of like what we're doing with Gratwick. Who would have thought?
Good segue
Oh,
there, dear. But
yeah.
first, I want to talk about why we can't have nice things. So
Don't blame Bear. Bear doesn't do anything to make us not have nice things.
So I referenced this
He's a
last
very good
week,
dog.
but I really talked about it 2 weeks ago, about how there needs to be two sets of laws, one for the idiots, one for the self-aware and the considerate folks, because no matter what you do, one's either not going to be policed enough or one's going to be absolutely over-policed. So there's a lot of idiots and knuckleheads out there that still text and drive on their cell phones and all this happy horse crap. And apparently, Pokemon Go is still a freaking thing, but
Who's doing that?
pull this picture up. This asshole got pulled over this week playing 8 Pokemon Go's at one time while he was driving. 8.
Like, he bought that many phones just to be able to install the game,
he's
or for whatever reason, but...
He's paying that many service providers. He's got the whole family plan there, clearly. Created this whole foam shelf for himself. He does this so much.
So does that fall into the rules of hands-free?
This falls into the rules of psychopath
Oh,
behavior.
it definitely is endangering everyone else on the road. Like, that's just ridiculously crazy.
Also, you can, what? Catch another Pikachu? Like, out of your mind, he's putting
Do you
lives
win
at risk
real
for this.
things? Anybody play Pokemon Go? Do you actually win
I
things?
thought we were like 3 years past the Pokemon Go peak.
Oh, you mean when people were walking out into traffic?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought
that
we
was
were-
insane.
Yeah, I thought that.
Oh,
passed us
Siobhan's
by.
dad still plays that, but not while driving. See? He at least knows. You pull over. That's so crazy.
Your dad plays Pokemon Go?
See, that should be a sign right there. It's
That's
a very
clearly a sign
addictive
it's
game.
jumped the shark. When parents are playing it, that the fad's long passed over. All right, so the other thing that happened this week is...
What else happened this week?
Andrea ambushed me and set me up for an entire Sunday of interviews. Ugh, talk about my nightmare.
Okay. That is not the way it went. We are searching for someone to be able to help some of the podcasts with social media and graphic design. So Chris asked me to post an ad for someone who's willing to do that. So I put it on a few places on Facebook and on Craigslist and on Mandy. After going through all of them, Chris said find about 5 to 10 at most that he would like to interview. And so he let me pick. And I got a hold of 5 people and scheduled them. Chris said the days, Saturday or Sunday, and the time periods. Every
This is all
single
true.
person got back to
This
me
is
and
all
said
true.
Sunday. And then I just picked the time then for them. And
It's just...
I gave him 15 minutes in between each one. A half hour at absolute most per
which
one.
is asinine.
A half hour at most is the absolute most any first interview should go.
So
you don't need to be laying out your life story.
I just like in all the different skill sets that I believe I do well for the company and the things that we do here, I've come to terms, and I think this was a maturation process, that I'm not really good at picking out people in the hiring process. And the reason for that is because I want to like everybody, first of all. Like, every time I interview more than one person, the end result is, how can we get them all on the team? How can we find a way to have all these different people bring their talents and skill sets to the team? Because I genuinely believe the more ideas, the more perspectives, the more people that are a part of what we're trying to do and go where we're trying to go, the stronger it makes us. But then at the same time, I'm also a total sucker for the bullshit people say in interviews. Because I want to believe the best in people. I want to believe what they're telling me and their best foot they're presenting forward in this whole scenario. And I get this big pie in the sky idea of how great this person's going to be. And then inevitably, they don't come close to what they presented in the interview. And now I'm disappointed. And it just becomes a whole thing. So yeah, interviews are my nightmare.
So I found out, no, you don't win anything. Siobhan and Emily will say, you don't win anything for Pokemon Go.
You just win more
Not at all.
Pokemons. That's all you get.
But there could be a super fun Harry Potter game that's basically Pokemon Go, where you find creatures and wizards. Oh, doing that at the Universal Studios thing where they have like the fake cat. Oh, that would be fun. That I'd be down for.
Okay.
Oh, it says you have to go to certain areas for certain Pokemon. Oh.
Yeah, the
so
ones
like you
that
collect the ones that you want, and then you have to go somewhere else to get
the military fence.
That's wow. Intense.
Wonder if there's like a special alien Pokemon that's hidden in the Area 51 zone, and you can only get that during the Raid Area 51 weekend.
That would be super cool.
That'd probably be enabling the breaking and entry.
I wonder if they're gonna have the yard beers. You know, the ones that are in the alien shape, that are the yard tall green ones, and they fill them with beer. They haven't. They kind of have them at like Mardi Gras style, like they do at the Hurricane, but it's the alien. Super cool.
So,
anyway, yeah, sorry, I got off.
Anything else to add on the nightmare of the interviews sequences the gauntlet that you put me through yesterday?
I believe we had people who said they were qualified, and the majority of them were. The ones who weren't definitely owned up to it, and I appreciate that. You did say someone, as soon as they realized that we were asking them to do what we actually put in the ad that we needed them to do, he fully admitted he was maybe the same for me.
Well, so...
And that's... that I appreciate. That's being honest.
All the interviews went as scheduled. Everybody was on time, which was fantastic. But for the most part,
root beer floats, everyone. Root beer floats.
For the most part, I was able to wrap them all up in the allotted time period. There was 5 of them. There was 2 I really liked that I'd love to have on the team together. There was, 2 that I think we could collaborate with and help each other do bigger and better things. And then there was one that was more of a creator than they were a social media person and all of that. And even offered that person to send me a little bit of your writing. Let's see what you got. But you still got to find new people, and it's just new people make me nervous.
Yeah.
So, speaking of new people, we're going to introduce a lot of new people to transparent filmmaking and the full access to Gratwick. So the whole month of August here, this is your cue to move on to the next topic.
I know.
The whole month of August here, we are giving you access to the access of Gratwick and what you'll be a part of and have opportunity to get involved with. And the reason we're doing all of this, and the reason we're starting to lay these pieces out and these stepping stones out, because in the weeks to come, by the end of September, we're going to be launching a Start Engine campaign. Now, if you don't know what Start Engine is, go check out Start Engine, take a look at it, get to fill in the blanks kind of for yourself, because we can't actually talk about what we're doing on a Start Engine campaign until our Start Engine campaign launches. These are some really weird entrepreneurial red tape.
Bylaws.
Yeah, goofy shit that we've got to tiptoe around. But big things are coming on Start Engine in the weeks to come. So we want you guys to be aware of it. We want you to look for us there. We want you to be ready for it. And one of the things through joining the team through Start Engine that you'll be able to be a part of and be involved with is the selection process for what type of projects get financed and funded through Gratwick Productions. So the goal is to gradually set up a series of community-owned digital media funds in areas like Western New York, Atlanta, Houston, Austin, Texas, Portland, New York City, all over the place where there's Louisiana, where these hotbeds for filmmaking and creatives and innovation. And what we want to have is a platform and an opportunity where the community can invest in their local artists and their local innovators, and they can decide who gets the opportunity to create and produce something in their hometown and allow for more opportunities for everybody else in the community to be a part of that project. And the way it's going to work is each one of these community-owned digital media funds will have a panel of local established artists that will qualify the projects for selection. They'll make sure that it's got market value, it's professionally packaged, that it's got viability, that all of these things, these boxes are checked so that your project is actually ready to be financed and go into production. And then it'll be eligible for community feedback and a process where the community can go ahead and give their thoughts and rankings on all of this. And the key part of this process is going to be that the creative's name is going to be removed from it. It's just the project that has to stand on its own 2 feet and what it is and why it should go through the production process.
So whoever's on the panel can't choose their best friend to have it their project because it's their best friend. It's actually on the merit.
Well, that's the point of
creativity.
having a diversified panel so that nobody can tip the scales in the favor of one project or another, even if they know the project. But more importantly, for me, creating and writing and storytelling specifically shouldn't be biased. It shouldn't be about an overwhelmingly exposed demographic compared to an underrepresented demographic, all of these things. The quality of the story and the words on the page are what should really matter the most in that type of scenario. So the gender of the creator, the demographic of the creator, the racial profile of the creator, none of these things matter to the quality and the value of the story. So the creator will be removed from the project as it goes through the qualifying process, and it gets vetted and puts through and up for decisions on whether or not it gets funded. Only after a project has been selected and chosen will the creator's name be reattached to it moving forward and all the way through the process. So that is how the selection process is going to work with the productions and the digital media fund.
So you were saying that there's multiple cities, and it's not going to be immediately. It's going to be after the first one starts, then you'll have a call for another city that looks like it has enough drive, enough people who want to back their own digital media fund instead of the national one, I guess I would call it. Because
yes.
The first one is more the parent branch of it.
Yes, the first one is the infrastructure, the corporate infrastructure, and the parent
so like the tree trunk
component. Yeah.
And then the other ones would all be big branches that would be able to offer leaves more support and chlorophyll.
That is an excellent analogy, dear, and it's a throwback to why the Gratwick tree actually exists in the first place, was to be the trunk and to sprout off all of these different creative branches.
So let's say before all the other branches are started, some people want to submit to be in the first round. Mm-hmm. Like, how do they do that? Is there a limit to who that is? Who gets to do it? Is there a first come, first serve for that first round? Is it, like you said, we're appealing to more creators. And so would that, because there's going to be an open door policy for submissions for creators, would the first round of people who join in on the Start Engine thing? Because
of the steps we have to take to get this off the ground, there are certain partnerships and deals and things that we have to make to just be able to do this at a grassroots level. So the first round is really going to be already spoken for by different creators and different projects that are coming together to collaborate with us to bring as much attention and awareness on this campaign as possible. These projects and these partnerships are also going to be serving as the prototype for all of this stuff as well, proving the model, going through the whole process, showing and demonstrating how it all works. So going forward, creators will always have the opportunity to know what they're getting themselves into and what their projects are going to go through when they're in the Gratwick pipeline. That doesn't mean that we're not constantly looking for quality content and creators and people that we can work with in the future. That's going to constantly be our goal from here on out, is to keep our eyes open for people and projects that we can help and we can add something to that. So by all means, at any point in time, reach out to us and let us know what you're doing and what you're working on. And if there's a way we can help you now, we will. And maybe there's a way that we'll be able to help you down in the future. Because that's what we're working towards, is being in a position to do that.
Wyatt says, whoever did the 3D Gratcast intro in After Effects did an outstanding job. Who did that? Do you remember?
I do remember, but I always pronounce his name incorrectly. Let me make sure I pull it up and say it exactly
Because on Facebook it gives you the phonetic way of saying
No,
the name.
no, because I
Which on
just...
phonics works for me.
Albin Malaku did that for us. Albin is our man on the ground in Albania that does a lot of different graphics and effects and stuff that we need in that type of situation. Albin has been a Gratwick ally for probably 3-4 years now. He's been around for a while. Albin is also the one that cut and edited the disenfranchised sizzle reel that we've shown a few times, and we opened one of the Gratcast episodes with. That is probably my most favorite piece of content that we have under the Gratwick umbrella. That thing literally gives me goosebumps every time I watch it.
Fantastic.
Yes. All right, dear. Anything else to add on the selection process and the access with Gratwick?
Nope.
All right, let's move on. Moving on. Destination wedding time.
Oh, okay.
What?
I'm like, why do you have Barbies on the screen?
No, it's the bride dragging the groom, and so I looked up all the different kind of cake.
Maybe
figures.
it's the groom being that drunk that's her having to get him back to their room at the end of the night.
It's all the different.
her.
There was a whole bunch of different cake figurines that you could have, and they were doing all sorts of different things besides just standing there side by side. So this is the most appropriate one that I found.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Let's talk about why you think that's appropriate, Chris. Let's get into this.
So Wednesday, we are going to what I am calling the How I Met Your Mother wedding. It's a weekend getaway in a gristmill. Is that what we're calling
That
this
is
thing?
what it is called technically.
In this
A
grist
mill that
mill.
made something that milled grist
Outside of, are we calling this outside of Jersey, outside of New York City?
in New Jersey.
In New Jersey, but outside of New York City.
We don't know where, but
Yes.
in the state of New Jersey.
Yes, my brother is getting married to a woman way above his punching class.
Wows.
He
Way to
know-
love your brother.
He
Way to
knows.
love
He
your
knows.
brother.
He knows it. He knows it. Like just for example, she's in a couple of years they've been together, converted him into a total Manhattanite. Like they're.
I would not say she converted him. I would say their work converted him.
Well,
She was very happy supporting him, enjoying his house,
They're
and helping.
Manhattanites.
They are now. He had a house. They did renovation. She played along. She was very helpful in all of that.
So this little
She was
getaway
supportive.
weekend is going to be a Friday, Saturday, Sunday wedding. So we're going to be all hunkered down at this grist mill for the whole entire time, just like they were at
The last season of How I Met Your Mother is
Exactly.
what he's talking about.
So we need to get you a drink guy for the whole weekend.
I pick one concierge and just give him 100 and say, keep it filled.
Yeah.
Keep it filled, buddy. That is very possible. So Wednesday we're going to be traveling the whole day to get to Jersey.
Trenton, Jesus.
And then we come back on Monday.
Yes. So next week's Gratcast is probably going to be, can't be Tuesday night because David's show is Tuesday night.
So what he's telling you all is next Monday, since we are still in transit and everything, we'll probably not be having the show next Monday.
No.
But Chris will try and give you an update to let you know if there is another night that we will be having it.
Yeah,
Possibly
we-
Wednesday, possibly Thursday. There's another podcast Chris works with that can't decide which night they want it. So
We might just skip the week and come fresh with a whole bunch of news and information for the first week of September. Cause
hopefully some crazy pictures from Chris over the weekend.
September's about to get nuts. I have a special plan in place for my brother's wedding gift. And I won't be able to tell anybody until after the fact. But yes, we should get some sweet content throughout the weekend that we might be able to share some with.
Very fun.
All right.
So, besides the wedding, what else do we have?
Like I said, September's going to be a big month. We've got the Start Engine things that are coming down the pipeline and happening. We've got the Buffalo Bills Mafia homecoming party. You can't see me, but our logo.
There you go, everybody.
Our logo and the RefRatings logo is right behind us. So we're officially on board with the Bills Mafia party. We're going to be live streaming it. Cold Front Report is going to be hosting the live stream. We're going to be producing it.
I'm totally blocking the website.
Yeah,
There you go, everybody. Ticketleap.com.
Now, tickets are on ticketleap.com. It's $60, all you can drink, party with former Bills alumni, super fans, 5 hours of open bar, raffles, prizes, all sorts of hooligans and shenanigans that is going to be going on at the event. Dan Gambino might be calling into the show here momentarily with all this stuff.
I don't know how to say his last name, but
that's Mike Nominamic. We went to high school with Mike.
He knows how to say your name really well.
Of
I was going
course.
to destroy it.
Say
it again.
It's a Buffalo name, Nominamic.
Manamana.
No.
Manamana. I like it. Very cool.
Yeah, but hopefully he'll be at the Bills Mafia homecoming party. But it's three events we're going to be live streaming. So Dan, if you're watching and you wanted to call in, it's gridfam.com/Gratwick. If you wanted to call into the show and talk about the party here. Dan's going freaking like a bat out of hell putting this whole thing together. It's going to be freaking awesome. But yeah, so we're doing the live stream Friday night of the homecoming party. Saturday we're going to be live streaming the Pancho Villa Memorial, and all of this will be exclusively on the Cold Front Facebook page, and probably YouTube as well. And then Sunday we're doing the tailgate party from the Hammer Lot. We're going to have the Stevie Johnson Why So Serious podcast that we're going to be live streaming. We're going to have the ketchup and mustard spraying of Pinto Ron, which is a absolute freaking tradition that dates back to the Super Bowl era. We're going to be taking shots out of a freaking bowling ball.
A new bowling ball?
No, not a new bowling ball. The same bowling ball since the 90s, man.
Gross.
Tradition, like the Rose Bowl.
Gross.
Yeah. So it's going to be a wild and crazy weekend. RefRatings is getting in on the action for the whole weekend. They're going to have special prizes and stuff going on at the tailgate party, Friday night at the event. They're going to have a special raffle for anyone that's got the RefRatings app installed. If you haven't jumped in on RefRatings yet and the Bills Mafia tailgate party, I'm hosting this thing all season long. It's going to be nuts. It's already a little bit wild and rowdy in there. But RefRatings, Bills Mafia tailgate party. Get your ass in there before the season starts, because we're gonna be this season's gonna be nuts, dear. I've already talked about this many times. Even the Panthers announcers during the preseason broadcast were talking about. You look at this Bills team and they're gonna start 5-1 when you look at that schedule. It's going to be a crazy season, dear.
Yeah, the beginning of the season usually goes pretty well for Buffalo. It's after that first third of the season is where things start getting weird. I don't know if you guys get cocky.
They've had some trouble with every third of the season.
If someone just insults everyone's girlfriends and they all walk back in a funk, but holy crap. Like,
hey. There's better days ahead. They've got talent from top to bottom on this freaking roster. You can't, Josh Allen's the new Brett Favre. Everybody loves playing for this kid. They'd run through a wall for him. It's now or never time. Here we go. Get on the wagon. Speaking of wagon, we got one badass shirt coming for you guys. All right, so we're skipping Emily's Corner this week because we were going to have Dan's appearance in the block, but he wanted me to text him for the appearance, and
did he not realize you were on a live show?
Well,
so texting him during the show is
yeah
about as polite as me constantly looking down like I am to be able to see if anyone's saying anything. Hi, Don. Don Deermeyer's watching. Hello.
Oh, Don checking in.
Nice.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right, so dear, I think it's we just moved this show right along.
So last week was a 2-hour show. This one we're gonna try and get under 45 minutes.
We've got a travel week this week. Dude.
Last week was so long. I'm sorry, guys.
Dude.
No, the best part was the cookies. That we should have done the cookies at the beginning and then kept the second half for the end because it was a downer before the cookies.
Shit was crazy in Lansing. There was a lot to go over, lots to discuss, and there was a lot of cookies to taste last week. If you didn't see last week's episode, Bury the Hatchet sent us a box of cookies. That was amazing. A smorgasbord of different things to try out. And we tried them all on air last week.
We have it. If you guys want to check out last week's show on YouTube, we have her link to her store, so it's under the show more information part. So just go to last week's one, and you can go to her store, and so damn good, guys.
All right, let's get into our bullet blitzes.
Okie dokies. Oh, hey Chris, how long did it take for the cookies to be eaten?
Is this a bullet blitz or just a question?
I don't know. I'm down a bullet blitz, but I'll take it as a bullet blitz if you want it to be. How long did it take for all the cookies to be eaten?
They were gone by the next day.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah,
They were.
that was a given.
Oh, yeah. And I gotta say, room temperature milk is just fine.
No, once we
just
got off
fine
camera,
with cookies.
Once we got off camera and got to the cold milk, that was all she wrote on the cookies. All right, so I'm not going to give you credit for that as a bullet blitz.
Boo.
And I'm actually going to go first.
Well, as you should.
Rank these 3 modes of travel in which... So first rank them in which you like the most, as far as you're okay with, and then rank them in order of which one you would tolerate and use the most. A Hyperloop tube, where you're in the vacuum tube and it shoots you to hundreds of miles an hour. An airplane, and teleportation.
Which one am I the most comfortable with? Is that it?
Yes.
I want teleportation. I want it now. It should have been here. I should be able to think about it and literally zap anywhere else. Not even need a machine. That's what I would... But
Okay.
a tube, I guess, is okay. And a plane is shitty in comparison. At
So
least the tube, nothing else will smack
your
into
order
you.
of preference is identical to your order of confidence in the technology?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm all about teleportation.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you?
A plane is the one I'm least comfortable with because anything goes wrong, you're up there and completely helpless, and you have hours of time for it to go wrong. Mayor Adam West checking in. So yeah, a plane is the one I'm least comfortable with. Teleportation would be the second least comfortable with, but at least it's over instantly. And a tube is probably the one I'd feel the most comfortable with, relying on the technology. However, my preference would be teleportation because it's instant, so it's done and over with. And then it would be the tube, and then the plane would be last.
Okay. So the plane kind of sucks for everyone.
Oh, dude, the plane. There's nothing good about planes.
No, I don't understand. How are these planes disappearing? Like,
Well,
you should be able to see the wreckage in the
if we
ocean.
knew the answer to that.
But it's very lost. I very much believe so. Alright, my turn.
The oceans are deep, my dear.
And we have satellites.
As deep as my love for you.
You're funny.
You're up.
What book or movie would you like to see turned into a series? And it's not a TV series because it's digital. It's wherever you can watch things of 30 minutes or longer. Preferably the episodes would be an hour.
Well, for the sake of not taking up a whole lot of time, I'm going to just go with the one that comes right up to my mind. Even though a series would be kind of been there, done that. But Bad Boys
Okay.
with Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. Yeah, but a series just basically becomes another buddy cop show. But
Pretty much.
yeah.
Yeah. That counts, though, if you want it to be...
Yeah, some sort of space shit. They can't have enough space shit.
Like Armageddon?
No, not Armageddon. Nobody wants that crying
Like Doctor
shit
Who?
every week.
It's already a series.
I can't do the Who.
I like The Who.
Something more like The Expanse, but better.
Ooh, The Count of Monte Cristo. That's a nice one. I like that idea.
Yeah, but like the whole movie is about revenge, and if you have a series, he's either going to get the revenge or he's not. You can only have that carrot dangling so long.
Well, I mean, have you read the book or seen the movie?
Yeah, I get the gist of what he does and the revenge he goes for. Some people would
There's
say
an aftermath, too.
Some people would say the show Revenge is basically a remake of The Count of Monte Cristo as a TV series.
Some could say.
Some could say it was a good show for a little while. We got maybe Lord of the Flies.
So I was thinking of two different ones. Lord of the Rings, because a 3-hour movie
backstory on Lord of the Flies?
No. What?
He was talking about backstory on Lord of the Flies. Uh-oh, Dan Gambino's checking in now.
Oh.
If you want to call back in, Dan, it's gridfam/Gratwick. If you want to call in and talk about the Bills Mafia party.
Yeah, but I like that, the backstory of what happened when he was in England. That's a good idea. So, I was thinking Lord of the Rings, because the movie wasn't enough, because if you read the books, there are so many more parts that they did not include, and they were kind of important to the story. So, that one, or Anne Rice's The Witching Hour, which, it's the Mayfair series, so it actually has like 5 or 6 books in it anyway. But there's, like, so many other storylines that it could go off on the Tall Toast part, or on the Mayfair Witch part, or on even further back where they talk about how, like, the family got there and, like, the generations. Oh, that could be intense.
Generations.
Yes. Okay, your turn.
All right.
Dun dun dun.
Before Dan calls in here. So, I didn't really plan this based on your root beer floats, but it kind of works out that way. So, if you could only have one for the rest of your life, would you pick smoothies or would you pick ice cream?
Are we saying in the smoothie world I don't put ice cream in?
Yes.
Oh.
Ice cream free smoothies.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with ice cream. Way more flavors, way more things I can do with it. I can make it into an ice cream cake. Ice cream sandwiches.
Some would say there's lots of things you could do.
Brownie sundaes.
You could do with
smoothies. You can't really put it
on.
on.
All sorts of shit in smoothies.
You can't put it on a brownie. Can't put it in between a sandwich and a. What would you do for a Klondike bar? I'd fucking give up smoothies. Is what I would do.
All right.
Yeah, baby.
I'm gonna take smoothies.
Okie dokie. So, I have to get one more, and... Is he calling in?
It appears that he is on the page, but he's not hitting call in.
Would you rather be at the... Okay. Would you rather be at a Bills home game when they qualify for the Super Bowl, but you get injured in a stampede? Or would you rather be at the Bills bar over in Santa Monica for that game and you get free beer the whole time? Be aware, they run out of Labatt's quickly.
How injured would I be in this stampede?
You break a leg. Like, you can't even get out of the damn stadium. You're stuck on the ground. Like,
but it's
down you went on the stairs and people stomped.
It's something I'd fully recover from?
I don't know. You're over 40. Do you really ever recover anymore?
If
you just break for now on.
If it's something... can you put up the Bills thing there? Back to the Bills section. We should have...
there you go.
Should have Dan popping in screen. Oh, I gotta start the video here. That probably would help. Dan, call back in again if you're seeing that. I didn't have the video started there. That was my mistake.
So would you rather be at the actual Bills game when they qualify for the Super Bowl, but get injured in the stampede because you know it would happen? Everyone's gonna go down to the field, which means everybody's gonna have at least one person down on the steps being stomped.
Yeah, that's bragging rights.
Yeah, okay. Would you like that, or would you rather like to be at the Santa Monica Bills bar that was super packed last year, and you get free beer though?
No, I'd rather.
You don't get to be there, but you get free beer.
I'd rather be there if I have
hurt.
the choice. Well, I mean,
you'd rather be there and get hurt than celebrate with all the people who are from Buffalo.
That's bragging rights.
Yeah, out here it is too. Okay.
Not as much as getting hurt while being there.
All right.
I think it's gonna work this time. Oh, and it keeps disappearing.
What about if I do this?
I don't know.
You tell me when you have him, and then I'll plug it in.
I don't know why he keeps hanging up on us. There must be somebody else there.
I didn't do it. I swear. Wasn't
me? Pig flight, anybody?
No. Is there anybody out there?
Yeah, I don't know why it's All right. It's not working there for
everyone.
for Danny boy.
So just in case anyone wanted to know, ticketleap.com, For Friday, September 20th, Soho Buffalo Bar, 5 to 10 Eastern.
There you go.
Open bar for 5 hours. 5 hours, people. You know how
5
drunk
hours
you
of
can get?
open bar, Buffalo can wreck shop. I promise you that.
Ooh. Let's just say everyone's going to be needing to call
And
Uber by
the crazy
10
part
o'clock.
is that it's starting at 5 o'clock, so this thing's going to end at 10 o'clock. That's just when it's time to start drinking.
That's when it's time for everyone to take a little nap.
Every time I go to answer it, it says there's no callers in the queue. I don't understand why we're getting shit
We're
on.
having a little bit of grid fam issues.
That is not cool, man.
That happens on occasion, but see, this is what happens when you don't have Emily on. If we had Emily, she knows what I mean.
Yeah.
I know. Siobhan says the tube sounds so dirty. And Sam says it's rigged. The refs don't like letting Buffalo in. She knows what I mean.
Yeah. Well, we all know.
There we go.
We got Dan on?
Siobhan says the tube sounds so dirty.
Nope.
There we go.
And Sam says it's rigged. I hear someone saying, there we go.
Yeah, so do I.
But I don't see anyone on a screen.
There we go.
We got Dan on?
Siobhan says the tube
We
sounds so
got
dirty.
feedback on it.
There we go.
And Sam says,
You guys there?
Oh, there he is. Dude,
hey, where's your screen,
Hey, guys.
babe?
Yeah, how are you on right now? There's no
We
no
don't
screen.
see you, so...
That's okay. I can just talk to you. I can see you.
No, it doesn't even say there's a caller connected to this thing.
That's hysterical. How you guys doing?
Good fam. Always a circus. We'll take.
Will we still be able to hear him?
Yeah, we should still be able to hear him.
I want one of those movie questions you guys were just talking about.
So, for you, which book or movie do you want turned into a series instead?
Well, I originally said Count of Monte Cristo because I want to see the backstory of what was going on while he was locked up.
Yeah.
All that they do is they say that, okay, he's locked up and all this stuff's happening while he's in there and while he's locked up. But let's see her getting married to the evil guy, right? To the Duke.
Like, why would she even consider it?
Yeah. So let's see with all the backstory, see all the people he deceives and see why people don't care that everything happens.
I like that idea. I think that would especially work nowadays with this audience of a lot of people snap for a certain reason.
True story.
All right, Dan. Tell us what we can expect from the Bills Mafia party.
Oh, we're going to expect a good time. I mean, we're going to have some ex-players there, Stevie Johnson. We have Marcus Easley. We have Donald Jones. We're going to have DJ Anthony, one of the announcers from Kiss 98.5, hosting the event. We're going to have a live feed.
He was hosting our high school events when we were in high school.
Yeah.
He's an OG.
Yeah, he is. So everybody there's going to know who he is. But, we're having the live feed done by you guys. I'm really happy that we could partner up with you guys and have that done and make sure that, we can show everybody the content from everything that's happening at the party, why it's happening. We're going to have a lot of the super fans. We have Labatt Blue that donated some beer and some Purist Still water.
Nice.
We have today we found out that Buffalo Sports Hall of Fame will be running the raffles. We have some great raffle items, some great door prizes. We'll be releasing that stuff. We don't want to let it all out at the same time. But we're going to have a good time. 2 DJs spinning, one on the patio, one downstairs. We're going to have a VIP section for our sponsors and for our partners and affiliates that are with us. It's going to be a fun evening. Hopefully we can grow this into something bigger, donate some money back into the community, show people from out of town who are visiting Buffalo a good time. Cincinnati fan, Buffalo fan, doesn't matter. Come on through.
So for the tailgate party on Sunday, are we gonna be selling some branded ponchos to cover up and not get ketchup and mustard on us?
No, we're gonna get ketchup and mustard on us.
So make sure you're wearing clothes that can be covered, or have your actual clothes in the car. Get ready to change.
So put the camera in a plastic bag, is what you're saying.
Pretty much. We're gonna be right in there. I'll be donning my Codes shirt, standing right next to Pinto.
I guess
arms out.
The real question is, are we supposed to bring our own ketchup and mustard?
No, they supply it. You can bring it though. That'd be fun.
We should. Oh, dude, we should get a bunch of cheap ketchup containers and dollar
Like the
per
ones
charity.
at the
You get your
diner
own ketchup
that
container
squish?
to squirt them with.
Woo!
Yeah, we could have people squirting it all over the place, right?
It's very dazed
Instead
and
of just
confused.
people up on top.
Just don't put
So,
flour on people
Yeah,
afterwards.
we're. What was that?
Just don't put flour on people afterwards, like on Dazed and Confused. You get covered with it and they put
Oh, yeah,
flour
yeah.
and oatmeal all over you. Nice and sticky.
Sticky situation.
Oh, yeah.
Saturday we have a live broadcast, though. You guys are doing that for us, too. We're going to have a live show. We're renting a stage, and we're going to have a live show out there. We'd like to thank our sponsors, RefRatings, for helping us put on both events. We're going to get some good content from that. If you haven't checked out RefRatings, go to refratings.com/mafia and join that.
/Bills Mafia.
/Bills Mafia. And you can join the tailgate party every week. You can sit there while you're watching the game. You could be chatting with 5,000 Bills fans hopefully soon once we grow it a little bigger. But you can at least sit in there and talk to your friends while you're watching the game. You can go off on the refs instead of throwing your remote at your TV. Just push the emojicon button, give a little toot.
Yeah, we're crowdsourcing this ref data.
Yep,
We're gonna
pretty
figure
much.
out which ones are on the tape.
Yeah, we need Hercules to come back. Good old Eddie. Is he still a ref?
So I think he retired last season. So Dan, real quick before we let you go here, what are you expecting from the team this year?
Oh boy, I don't know, man. I mean,
13-3.
no, I wouldn't say that. My heart says that they could be an 11-5 team, 10-4, or 10-6. Excuse me.
Got to play all 16.
What'd you say?
Got to play all 16.
Yeah, I know. 10-6, either 10-6 or 11-4. Or 11-5. The way the schedule is drawn up. My head says we're a 9-7 team, just missing the playoffs. I know you don't like hearing that, but if we can stay healthy, that's the key. Is staying healthy.
If they
I really think
if they
that
can avoid bad coaching,
our
I think
lines
there's
got
no
back.
way they don't go 11-5.
Oh, they have the right coach. I think they have the right coach. A lot of people, McDermott, whatever. I think they have the right coach.
I think he's got a lot of parallels with Marv Levy. I'll just leave it there. I think from Monday to Saturday, he's the right guy for the job. I'm still not convinced on Sundays.
Why?
Based
on what?
Game management, clock management. He doesn't know when to throw a challenge flag. They got out strategized a few times last year. He still pulls a Doug Marone once in a while, kicking inside the 40. There's certain people they need to realize when they're coaching a team that is out skilled, and the other team, the only chance you have is to be a little bit more aggressive and risky. And instead, in those situations, he usually plays it a little more conservative. And I just don't agree with that. You haven't beaten the Patriots in 10 freaking years. You're not going to beat them by punting and being extra conservative on fourth downs. You gotta go for it a little more. Yeah, Deermeyer checking in. Bills have the right coach every day except Sunday.
Yeah, it's been a learning curve, man. I want you to name. I did this last night with one of the guys that had me on one of the podcasts yesterday afternoon. Name a starting left guard that Deion Dawkins has played next to.
That doesn't change the punt decisions.
It changes the fact that we haven't had an offensive line outside of a left tackle for the past 2 years. Besides Eric Wood going down, right?
Eric Wood wasn't that good.
2 years ago, besides Eric Wood going down, name two people on the line for the past 10 years that's on the roster right now.
I mean,
no one. It's the best thing that could have happened.
Every team's going to have its situations in flux. I just think that the game day management decisions leave a lot to be desired, and I want to see a little bit more aggressive coach that understands the analytics and understands when your team is at a disadvantage and you have to find and manifest your own advantages. And sometimes that's going for it every time you cross your own 40 because you know you're outgunned by the other team you're playing against. Hopefully that's not the case anymore because they're stacked with talent. But I'm afraid that they're building a team that's going to be loaded with talent, and he's still going to want to run first all the time.
Yeah, I get that. But their personnel has a lot to do with it, though, too.
Yeah, that's my fear is that they're going to have enough personnel to throw the ball over the field, and he's still going to be conservative.
Did he just ask if you were there?
Yeah. Can you still hear us, Dan? All right. Well, we lost Dan there on that call, which was a miracle in and of itself, seeing how GridFam is not telling me that we were connected to anybody. So I don't know where the ghost call came from Dan in the first place, but we got him in here. So David Stays checking in at the end of the show here. David, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully we'll see you in Buffalo for the for the Bills homecoming party. Danny's flying people in as special guests. Maybe you could bring in the Mandar.
That's weird. Facebook is saying it's having problems playing the video. Maybe the video is ended on Facebook.
That's just crazy. I don't know what's going on. But this show's just about that anyway.
It is. Everyone, thank you so much. We are not going to be here next week because we'll be traveling back from Destination Wedding.
Yep. But the show in 2 weeks is going to be chock full of announcements, information.
Will we be having Emily back?
Possibly. It depends on how full the show is next week.
Well, I'm hoping we have Emily. Alrighty.
So everybody cross your fingers this week that the State of Mind Friday and Saturday shows go well. Joe Tadaro, Sweatpants Joe, is going to be sitting in for me on the State of Mind. So hopefully it goes smooth. There's no panic calls while I'm at the destination wedding. And
hopefully there's signal. We were warned there are no other places around there. There is a bar, but there is not a grocery store. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So let's fingers crossed there's signal.
We shall see.
All right, everyone.
All right.
Good night.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks. Don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Fuck this shit, I'm out.